Welcome back to another edition of Straight Shooting Sports Talk, and I'm your host, Dujane Bland. And we're talking about the NFL and this week's Thursday night matchup, the Panthers and the Buccaneers. Blech. Complete and utter garbage. Why can't they have a flex on Thursday night games? But anyway, we're going to talk about it. And the Panthers, they get their win 30-15 over the Rams, going 3-3 now. Really, this is the last game of the favorable part of their schedule. They'll be taking on an 0-6 Buccaneers team that has just been in turmoil under Greg Schiano. Freeman shipped off. Lots of stuff going on there, and it just seems that this team just can't get over the hump, even though Glennon is playing pretty well at quarterback there. Now, when you look at the two teams together, hey, we know Superman's over there in Carolina. He's doing a better job in the last couple weeks of not turning the football over and putting the pressure on the defense. Of course, that defense has been up and down, but they've been more consistent than not, being able to give this offense opportunities to score points. And now, like last week, Cam has started to enable them to be able to capitalize on a lot of these things and get points when needed so that they can help this defense out and give them a rest. Now, on the other side of the ball, I mean, they hung. Let's give the Bucs some credit. They hung in there with an Atlanta Falcons team there last week. Very stout. They did a very good job, but they were up against a team that really needed to win and knew what they had to do to get it. Again, the Carolina Panthers know what they're up against in this division. They know that the Saints are right up there up front. They know where they stand in this division, and they're going to do whatever they have to do to get this win. I know it's in Tampa Bay, but I'm sorry. There's just too much stuff going on in that camp, and it's not stable. They're just not a good football team, and it's showing up on Sunday in critical moments, the little things that it takes to win football games. I think Cam Newton will have an excellent day. Hey, there's going to be a little bit of aggression taking out Steve Smith. Sorry for the guy who's got to cover him, but there's going to be a little bit of aggression from the previous game and the disrespectful things that were said to him in that game. He's going to be very, very hyped up to play in this one, and I expect the Carolina Panthers to come out, do what they have to do, win this football game. Carolina Panthers, big. Now we're going to take a look at some games around the league, and first we're going to start with the Saints and the Bills. The Saints 5-1, Bills 3-4. Hey, they've been in a lot of matchups that a lot of people wouldn't have put them in. The Bills have. They even won a game that they probably shouldn't have won. Saints is the Saints, dude. It's Drew Brees. It's that offense. It's Sean Payton. They've got something to prove this year. They've been doing it all year, except for the game against the Patriots where they thought they had it won and Tom Brady went Tom Brady. I expect them to beat the Bills here. I'm taking the Saints. Now we have the Dolphins and the Patriots. Patriots been winning a lot of games that no one really picked them to win. Depleted in every position, but Gronk is back. Been doing an excellent job in that game that he was back. A very big contribution for Tom Brady. Thought the Dolphins were off to a quick start there. They're 3-3. They've had a few stumbles along the way. But I'm going to take the Patriots in this football game. You can't pick against Tom Brady. We know what he can do. I think at home, they're going to take care of business. Now we're talking about the Giants and the Eagles. Eagles 3-4, Giants 1-6. But they did get a win. A big win. They needed it badly. Eagles coming off that loss. Don't know who's going to be at quarterback. I think Michael Vick is supposed to get the start. Vick is back. The offense will move a little bit better. That element of run will be there with McCoy and Vick being able to run. Of course, if I'm Chip Kelly, I don't want that guy running too much. We don't want him to get hurt again. I'm going to take the Eagles in this football game. I just think that with Vick coming back, it'll be a little bit more crisp on offense. They'll be able to move the ball a lot better. And the Giants, I mean, hey, they did what they had to do to get a win, but they got to win against a bad team and a new starting quarterback. We get to the last but not least, 49ers and Jags. Jags 0-7, 49ers 5-2, and I'm not even going to go into this game. Jags are a bad football team, no quarterback, that you can't win games over there. We got Kaepernick, that read option is back. It really looked very effective last week. I expect it to be effective this week. They're going to slaughter them. They may be in it early, but they're going to slaughter them in the second half. I'm taking the 49ers in this one. That's the highlights around the league. Well, another big matchup coming this Sunday. The Cowboys 4-3, the Lions 4-3. Now these two teams have receivers with the most touchdown catches in the NFC, along with quarterbacks who have thrown the most touchdown passes in the NFC. Two good quarterbacks and a great matchup we have before us. Now, the Lions know that they're going to have Sue, but the Cowboys don't know if they're going to be having the big-time, nasty DeMarcus Ware. Now, you look at both of these teams, Cowboys coming off a 17-3 win over the Philadelphia Eagles. Some will say that it wasn't stellar, and it wasn't pretty. It really wasn't. But as my man says all the time, and it's a win, and a win is a win. So you'll take them how you can get them, right? And the Cowboys did what they needed to do there. Now, Detroit, stellar fashion, having some a big day by Calvin Johnson, Matthew Stafford really facilitating that offense and getting it done, beating Cincinnati and doing very good and looking good at doing it. Now, here it is. The big X factor in this game is going to be the defenses. Cowboys very depleted, and that's very, very hard to really say that that's going to be a factor or a negative factor for them, because they've done a pretty decent job of holding their own. Even in the Redskins game, they were able to do what they needed to do to stop that offense from scoring points. Last week against the Philadelphia Eagles, they did what they had to do to give their offense more and more time to be able to score points. And we can't, I mean, as much as we want to put it on that, they've still overcome that. But I still think that the Detroit Lions are just a little bit better than the Dallas Cowboys. I think in the run department, if they can get the running game going, and we're talking about 80, 90 yards, 15, 20 carries, it's going to help out Romo a lot. It's going to help out the offense a lot. We know what Terrence Williams can do. He's stepped up big and has made some big plays playing in that slot position. We know that they kind of moved Dez Bryant and him around a lot, but he's done a lot. Now, I would like to see a little bit more out of Miles Austin, at least some contribution there. I think if they get a three-headed monster at the wide receiver position, they definitely can give the Lions a run for their money. But on that side of the ball, I think it's too much working there. They're going to have Reggie Bush catching the ball out of the backfield. He's been doing a great job running the ball out of the backfield. We know what Calvin Johnson can do. I just think as long as Matthew Stafford doesn't turn the ball over in a critical situation and give Tony Romo too many opportunities, I think that this Lions football team can take care of business and get another win and move to 5-3. That's why I'm picking the Detroit Lions in this football game. Well, we thank you for watching our show. If you have any comments, please leave them at the bottom of our show. We'll keep that dialogue going with you. We love the participation, and we thank those who do. If you have any personal questions about your team, something that you just want to hear our take on, something going on in the league that you like to hear our take on, hey, we'll talk about it here. Shoot us an email to straightshootingst@gmail.com. And as always, subscribe to the show. Again, you've been watching Straight Shooting Sports Talk.